Testing, testing, testing. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode. I hope we're coming through good. Let me check things out over here. Yep, looks like we're going good. We are on a different internet today because my regular internet is down. So we're doing the T-Mobile 5G home internet. I'll give them a shout out because last time I used them, it worked fine. So that's what we're broadcasting on today. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. So we'll give them a thumbs up if it works. Again, that'll be the second time I've had to use them because for some reason my regular cable internet's down today. Anyway, we'll get started. I'm Tim with Golf Cart Garage, and we will have some regular questions. We will interact with some of the people in the live chat today. We'll talk about some golf cart issues. You can follow us on Facebook and YouTube. That's where we're live right now, if you haven't already. And you can also follow us on these other social media platforms, TikTok and Instagram. I'm running those links also. Everybody that is showing up in the room and on both platforms today, Facebook and YouTube, are entered in the hat giveaway today. We will be giving a hat away today. So everybody that showed up today, you picked a good day. It is hat giveaway day, bag of swag day at Golf Cart Garage. So we will announce a winner later on in this episode toward the end, and somebody will get a bag of swag, including a Golf Cart Garage hat. So this is Tuesday, May the 21st. If you're watching us on Tuesday, May the 21st at 12 noon Central Time, you are watching us live. This is the episode 200. This is the 200th episode of this. Can you believe that? That is crazy. Let's see. Galactic Technologies, another great episode. Thank you. Big Mike, what's up? 85 and humid in Northwest Indiana. What's going on, Big Mike? Gene, what's up? 80 in Michigan. Larry Consley, episode 200. Yes, it is. I'm just as surprised as you. Galactic Technologies, 87 here in Detroit. Carl Johns, hello from Chesterfield. Hot and humid. What's MI? Is that Michigan or is that Missouri? What's MI? Carl? Or anyone? Craig, happy 200th, Tim. Thank you, Craig. Don Bortel. I lost Don Bortel. Okay, 78 in Tucson, Don Bortel. Thank you for showing up, sir. Rich Eastman. Bicentennial. Yeah, there we go. Mike Irwin. Going on, Mike? Southwestern Indiana. Kurt, it's heating up here in Bradenton, Florida. 86. Yeah, it's nice today here in Arkansas. It's motorcycle riding weather. I mean, I'm going to ride today a little bit. 200 more. Kevin Rabbit. Thank you, sir. I hope that's the case, Kevin. I hope that is the case. I'll keep doing this as long as everybody wants me to. Mike Irwin, happy 200 and hat day today. Yep, it sure is. We're giving away a hat. Gary England. Everybody who types something in the chat on either Facebook or YouTube will be entered in the hat giveaway. 84 in Central Kentucky. Larry Hits, my head needs a hat. Well, you may get one, Larry. Happy 200th, Carl Johns. Thank you, sir. Sir Walter, Michigan. Okay, so MI is Michigan. So that was Chesterfield, Michigan. 85 degrees here in Orange County, Rich Eastman. Happy 200. Thank you, Joseph. Tony Moak, hello from Mississippi. What's up, Tony? Ricky Smith, hello, everyone. Craig, I bet he goes Oprah on us today. A golf cart for you and a golf cart for you. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. What's up, Jeffrey? Happy 200. Hello, Eastman, North Carolina from Bill Durham. Over on Facebook, Larry La Cucaracha. Hat giveaway day, Larry. You showed up on a good day. Tony Moak. Tony Moak's are you trying to double dip on me there, Tony? 55 Overcast, Central Coast, California. Can't complain. Horatio Hornblower. Hey, that's a good name. That's a good name, too. Good afternoon, Tim. What's up, Horatio? Thank you for showing up. You showed up on a good day, sir. We're going to give a hat away today, and you are entered. Carl John says, Tim is the golf cart goat. I don't know about that. I do appreciate it. I just like the fact that we got other people. Fish, what's going on, Fish? It's hat day, Fish. You showed up on a good day. We're going to give away a hat today. Happy Hat Day, Rob Cedar. What's going on, Rob? All right. Well, let's get started with the questions. Mike, did you just send me something on Facebook? Big Mike? Let's see. We'll get started with the regular questions here. Question number 1 for episode 200 is from Jason. I may have done something stupid by attempting to tow another vehicle with an electric golf cart. With an electric golf cart. While towing the other vehicle up a small incline, the cart abruptly quit and there was a faint scent of burnt plastic. The cart will no longer move in any direction. We have a 92 Club Car DS 36 volt. Well, it's not the best car to be towing with. It has 6 new batteries and has a solid charge at around 40. It makes a clicking noise still when you press the accelerator. Let me know what the best action is, please. Well, 92 could be resistor car or controller car. If your solenoid's clicking, then like you said, I'm assuming that's what you were talking about, then it's very likely that it's either the solenoid or the controller, if it's a controller car. If it's not a controller car and the solenoid's clicking, then you may have popped a resistor. So there's a couple of things that could have been done there, but it's definitely not the greatest car to be towing something with, for sure. So look around your forward and reverse assembly, make sure you don't see anything melted or odd there. Look around all your battery connections, make sure you don't see anything loose or melted there. Look at your battery terminals, because a lot of times a golf cart will quit abruptly when just a connection breaks free, and I've seen it on battery terminals. You know, it happened on battery terminals. They'll literally pop and they'll break completely off. Jeffrey said, last Saturday I was trying to get my floor jack out of my truck, lost my balance, and broke 2 ribs. Nice. That's not good, dude. Helpless, what's going on, Helpless and Cabot? Happy 286 breezy. Yeah, it's breezy too. That's another reason. Like, if I would have probably did T-Mobile today, because the last time I had a windy day, my cable went out because of the wind. And so the next time I had a windy day, that's when I tried the T-Mobile 5G home internet, and it worked fine. So we're on it again today, and turns out we're on it today because my cable's out. But it's also kind of windy here today, so I'd have probably been doing it anyway, even if my cable wouldn't have been out. But we'll see if it works. I hope it does. I'll give them a good shout out if it does work. This will be the second time second time that I've used it, and second time it worked. First time it was fine. I think cicadas can hear the motor on my RX-V. When I drive by the trees, they deploy like cicada special forces. Okay, Keith on Facebook. What's going on, Keith? Keith from Nashville checking in. It's 85 and sunny and muggy. Keith, we're giving a hat away in case you didn't hear. You showed up on a good day, man. Jeffrey says he's still working, but no heavy lifting. Dang. Well, happy healing, Jeffrey. I mean, I hope you get better. What I've done on your book, I have gone through and I've scanned some sections already that I think I needed. I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to do it on my own scanner. I'm just going to scan some sections that I need with some torque specs and things like that you were talking about. I haven't quite finished yet, so I need to get back on it because I ran out of paper. I need to get some more paper, but I'll get it back to you as soon as I get through scanning. That's the cheapest way I could find. They wanted over $1 a page at like Kinko's or somewhere. So I mean, there must be 500 pages in that thing. So I wasn't going to do it that way. Joe Williams on Facebook. Indiana needs a hat. Well, you are entered, Joe. You are just as likely to win as anyone else. Number 2. This is from Brian. Hi, I'm looking for a better setup for carrying golf clubs with a rear seat on a 2015 Precedent. In the case where you have dual guardrails at 90 degrees, can you store clubs there? Brian. Well, go to golfcartgarage.com and look at this. Look at there's a search bar, on the home page. There'll be a search bar. Plug this into the search bar. This is the SKU number for something I want you to look at and see if you think that it will help you. The SKU number you plug in there at the search bar on the first page of Golf Cart Garage is SEAT, the word seat, dash 689. Go take a look at that and see what you think, and see if that will solve your issue. Sounds like it will, but I want you to take a look at the pictures and see. John Shearer. Let's see, number 3. This is from Ron. 12-volt Trojan motive batteries drained. Tried to individually charge with a 12-volt charger, get about 8 volts per battery, but not enough for the charger to kick in. Appears to start charging, but after 15 seconds the green and yellow lights flash quickly. Then the red fault light comes on, then blank. Any ideas? This is from Ron. Well, Ron, my question would be, how in the world did your 12-volt motive batteries get so low that when the charger comes on, they only go to 8 volts? That's beyond dead. It's very likely that they could be damaged, is what I'm saying. They could be damaged beyond repair if they're that low. A 12-volt battery, that means you've got several cells that have no voltage. If they're only up to 8 volts, that means you've got at least two cells that are down, because the cells are 2 volts apiece. So 8 plus 4, that'd be 2 volt cells would be 12. So yeah, you've got a couple of cells that have dropped out there. Mike says, who uses golf carts for golfing? Groves. Yeah, that's true. I don't. Might have some new names in from my area, Jeff. Well, cool. Thank you, Jeff. Jeffrey had it set up the other day to where he had a whole bunch of people lined up to join in the chat room, and that was the day that Iman had an emergency, and we couldn't, we didn't have a show that day. So sorry I missed that. So I'm glad you talked them back into it in case they're here. And today's hat giveaway day, so maybe one of them will win. Bruce, hello from Westfield, Wisconsin. What's going on, Bruce? Kevin Salyer on Facebook. Afternoon, running a little late. Had to run home, turn the solar heater on for the swimming pool. 84 and sunny here today. Oh yeah, getting ready. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm going on a bike ride today. What's golfing? Yeah, I agree. I got new front hubs from a Club Car Precedent. Pop out the bearings to grease them, or do they even need to be greased? Probably not. That's up to you if you wanted to do that, but probably not. Probably don't need to. I don't know anybody that actually does that regularly, greases their bearings. Now, I did on my race car, because I wanted to make sure that I didn't, blow something out doing 70 miles an hour, on a bearing that's not really meant to go 70 miles an hour. But on a regular golf cart, I've never really heard of anybody that does that regularly. So that's up to you if you want to worry about that or not. That's what I would say. I have seen cars that have who knows how many miles on them, gajillion miles on them, and no one ever greased the bearings in the front. Okay, Bill Durham, 2008 Carryall 6 IQ Plus Club Car. Okay, 2008 IQ, installing 48 volt lithium battery, had 6 volt batteries. Had 8 6 volt batteries. Okay. Battery 7 and 8 under the seat. Battery 7 had a small 14 gauge wire. Can't find a positive connection. Well, battery 7. Are you sure that was for 12 volt? Well, you're going to have to run a voltage reducer. So because it's likely that before your 12 volt connection, since you had 8 6 volt batteries, it's likely before that your lights or whatever were hooked across 2 of the 6 volt batteries. Well, now that you have a 48 volt battery, there's no 12 volt anymore at all. So you're going to have to get a voltage reducer in order to make a 12 volt thing. You're going to have to add a voltage reducer to your system. Steering is a different story about grease. Yeah, steering, you might want to grease your steering. Lester Monroe, what's going on, Lester? You are entered in the hat giveaway, Lester. We're giving away a hat today. Have reducer positive on number 7, no negative wire. Well, I mean, a reducer is going to have an input side and an output side. The input side is going to be 48 volts, so it's somehow you need to get figure out how you're going to get 48 volts in on one side and then check and make sure you got 12 on the out. I'd have to really see what you're talking about, Bill, to probably be able to answer your question. It might be a little bit too difficult for me to get a good picture of what you're describing from the chat. D-Max, hat giveaway day, D-Max, you're in. I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you. Let's see here. Number 4. Needs a speed sensor. Wait, Sir Walter says I have a 2005 DS that needs a speed sensor. I purchased one with high-speed magnet. Will the new top cap work with the stock magnet already on motor, or must I use the high-speed magnet? Well, I would use the high-speed magnet and see if it works. I've heard a lot of people say that it does. I know a lot of people that have done it that say that it does. I would try that first. That was on number 4. This from Rod, 2010 Club Car Precedent. Noise at the top of the steering wheel when turning left to right. Sounds like bad bushing or bearing. Is there a replacement kit at the top end of the column? It's from Rod. I'm going to talk about your Big Mike here in a second. What I would do for the noise at the top of the steering, if you're sure the noise is coming from the top of the steering wheel, then take your scorecard off. You know, if you still got a scorecard on your steering wheel or whatever kind of steering wheel you have, take it off so you can get to the nut that's holding it on. Take that nut off and remove that steering wheel and see, and then check your, your steering wheel is connected to almost like an axle. You know, it's going to have a spline section the steering wheel slides onto. Well, if you've got some play, there is a little bushing right there. It could be that. You could have the bushing could be crushed and the steering wheel's flopping to one side or another, and then all you'd have to do would be replace that little bushing there. Also, it could be that your nut is just loose. You know, there could be a little bit of slack in the steering wheel that when you're turning it, you're just hitting some slack. It may be only that you need to tighten up the nut. You know, but in order to get to it, you either have to remove your scorecard or you got to remove part of the steering wheel in order to see the nut that I'm talking about. But you should be able to figure it out once you get into that area. William Flowers, what's going on, William Flowers? Hello from South Alabama, sunny and about 88. Fish. Thank you, William Flowers, for showing up. Club Car Precedent 2015 and newer don't have OBC. It is similar. Yes, that's true. Club Car Precedent 2015 and up does not. Actually, it's could be even a 14. 14's. I think 14 is the year that they did it, but they never do everything on January 1st. So I think 14 may go either way. It could either have one or it might not. But yeah, 15 is not going to have one. Did I miss something up there, Fish? Is that why you're telling me that? Or did I miss a question? I'm looking back just for a second here. Oh, I guess you were asking me. Yeah. No, you're correct. 2015 and newer does not have an OBC. EasyGo TXT never had an OBC. So running a little late. Okay, I'm good there. Facebook's still rolling. So far, so good with the T-Mobile 5G home internet. Okay. Number 5. This is from Sean N. Want to replace the rear shocks on my golf cart, and the ones that came off are 18.5 inches. The replacements are only 14 inches. Do I need to expand the new ones? Well, you just need to put them both in the same position, the ones that come off, either collapse them, the ones that came off, and your new ones, and see if they're the same length at that point. And then expand them both and see if they're the same length at that point. And then they're the correct shocks. If they're any different in length, then it's not the correct shocks. That's going to cause you a problem. So you need to just make sure that when they're both in the collapsed position or both in the fully extended position, that they're the same. Golf cart shocks, I know I've said it before, I keep repeating myself on that. They don't really do too much. So it's not, a lot of times it's really not necessary to replace your shocks. It's not really going to do any good. Number 6. D-Max says just take the shocks off. That's what I'm saying. You could ride around with the shocks completely off and you might not even be able to tell the difference because your springs hold everything up. Your shocks don't really do much. I have an EasyGo golf cart PDS and the solenoid is not kicking in. After troubleshooting, it appears that the previous owner tried replacing the solenoid. It looks like they've replaced it, but they left out the diode. Will that prevent the cart from running? Well, no, the answer is no to that. But if so, can you provide me with the part number so I can order it? Any assistance is greatly appreciated. Okay, this is from Paul. Well, on a stock 36 volt PDS, there is no diode. The diode is the thing that goes across the 2 small posts. If you're talking about the thing that goes across the 2 big posts, that's a resistor. That's not a diode. But on a 36 volt, if that's what we're talking about, if we're talking about a 36 volt EasyGo PDS stock, there's no diode across the 2 small posts. Now there is a resistor across the big ones. Fish said what he said, take the shocks off. Yeah. Internet is stable and smooth so far. Cool. Checking in on a rainy day, Mason Grove. Hey, Mason. It's hat giveaway day, Mason. So you showed back up on a good day. Jimmy Stokely, you were entered on hat giveaway day. Hi from East Tennessee, sunny and 82. Okay, number 7 is where I was at. From Mickey, my golf cart is professionally wired with speakers and sounds great. Can I eliminate the head unit and make the speakers Bluetooth? I'm not sure I understand your question. You might have to change the head unit and change it to a Bluetooth head unit, and then your whole system would be Bluetooth. Uh, so I don't know if that answers your question or not, because if you've got a fancy stereo like you say, then you've probably thought of that already. I mean, just change your head unit out to a head unit that is actually a Bluetooth head unit, and then you Bluetooth your phone to the head unit, and then all your speakers, it'll play whatever's on your phone. So I don't know. You might have to contact me, and we can get more specific on that. Number 8. This is from Cece. Do you have to remove the battery caps while you're charging the batteries? Absolutely not. You do not have to remove the battery caps. The battery caps are actually vented already. They're not, in other words, that's why you can't take a lead acid battery with regular battery caps and turn it on its side or turn it upside down, because it'll leak. It'll leak out. Those battery caps allow gases to come out during the charge cycle and during the discharge cycle. So no, it's not necessary to take the caps off. You can if you want to. It doesn't hurt anything. And also if you do, you can also get a good idea of where your water level is. So it's a good idea to actually check where your water level is occasionally, because don't fill it up all the way to the top, whatever you do. And always, here's another tip. I don't even know if I've ever said this before. That would be unusual after so many episodes, if I said something I've never said before. Before you put water in your batteries on an electric golf cart, make sure your cart's fully charged first. Fully charge it first. I'm sure I probably said that before. And the reason is because when you charge your cart, the water level rises. You don't want to put water in your batteries when your cart's depleted on charge, and then later on that day you go plug it in your garage, because you're going to end up getting too much water, because the water level is going to rise a little bit. It's going to come out. So fully charge your cart first, then check your water level and put the appropriate amount. And don't go all the way to the top. All the way to the top is too much. Carl John's Bluetooth amplifier will work. Yeah, I can think of lots of stuff that would work nowadays. I mean, Bluetooth speakers are just a dime a dozen. There's all kinds of different setups. I use Boss Audio motorcycle sound system, and it's all Bluetooth and very loud. Cool. See, there's lots of solutions. I used to go through all the trouble of, I've cut out the dash, like on that one, the camo cart. It's got a head unit under the seat. You got a little control pad on stuck to the dash, and I've done that. I've actually cut out the ball holder on TXTs and mounted a stereo inside that. I've gone through all kinds of troubles with stereos on golf carts before. I'll never do it again, because of Bluetooth speakers. I mean, that's the greatest thing ever. You don't even have to mount anything if you don't want to. You can just throw one in the bed or in the back of the thing in the golf club area. Craig said you've said that. Oh, okay. I didn't know if I had or not. Okay, where am I at here? On Facebook, Bart Gillum. What's going on, Bart Gillum? Gilman. My son's golf cart melted off the post on the last battery. The batteries are 2021 interstates, and I've replaced it with a 6-volt O'Reilly's battery, different brand. Will it be okay? Yes, you'll be okay. It's not the perfect scenario, but you'll be all right. You just got to keep an eye on it. Maybe check voltage occasionally. Make sure that everything's holding up. But yeah, it'll be fine. It's not the ideal scenario. The ideal scenario, 2021. You got to understand, you're dealing with a 3-year-old battery pack already. So, yeah, I mean, if you're just trying to buy some time before you replace the pack, because you're going to have to replace the whole pack probably in the next 2 years. So you'll probably be fine, for the next 2 years anyway. Larry La Cucaracha says, JL and others have a small Bluetooth unit to RCA to go into your amp if you have one, and bypass head unit. If you don't have amp, you'll need Bluetooth head unit. Okay, cool. That's what I have in my boat is JL Audio. It's pretty awesome. Two 10-inch subs. Amplified subs, yeah. Okay. Change head unit to Bluetooth head unit. No need there. Vented. I guess I'm on number 9. Not without modification. Okay, number 9. That's where I'm at on the regular questions. Yeah, Jeffrey said he's done the same thing. He remembers cutting out plastic to install marine stereos. That's what I did. I would install marine stereos. I would always go to marine stereos because they're waterproof. You still want to be able to wash your car, you know. So I'd get waterproof marine stereos. But now with Bluetooth, it's just awesome. I'll never do that again. Number 9 from Marshall. If my club car came with 6 8-volt batteries, when the batteries die, will 8 6-volts fit in the area? Well, I have seen cars, you know, all golf carts are relatively the same size. I have seen other brands of cars that have 8 batteries under the seat. They have the equivalent of 8 6-volt batteries under the seat. So to answer your question, there's room under there to do it, but there's no way you're going to do it without modification. I mean, you're going to have to do some modification, and it may require some aluminum welding in order for you to change the whole battery rack setup in order to fit 8 in under there. But I have seen other brands of golf carts, like some of the off brands, not Easy Go Club Car Yamaha, but some of the Chinese brands. I've seen some that have 8 batteries under the seat. So is it possible? Yeah, anything's possible, but it's not going to happen easily. There's fish. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Can't remember who it was. I was talking about there's really only 5 components, you know, to a golf cart. Key switch. Let's start at the key switch. Key switch, accelerator pedal. That's 2. Solenoid 3. Controller 4. Motor 5. And that's with any brand, you know. So if you when you understand that, you know how important it is when I say does a solenoid click, because if the solenoid clicks, then 3 of your components are good, you know. So that's the way I look at it. And then because if the solenoid clicks, you know you're getting power to the solenoid. You know all that stuff, the key switch, the potentiometer, whatever type potentiometer you have, it doesn't matter if it's club car and Easy Go. They're called different, but they're basically just a potentiometer. They have some type of potentiometer. Yamaha calls it a throttle position sensor. Easy Go, you know, could be ITS. Club car could be M-Core or V-Glide. You hear me talk about that. But all those are just different types of potentiometers that have different names, and they go about the same, they accomplish the same task, just a little bit different. So it will be similar, but you might have to learn the different names for the different 5 components. Now the motor is still called a motor, the controller is still called a controller, solenoid is still a controller, but the potentiometer might be called something else. You know, you have to figure out, you know, what an Easy Go is going to, TXT is going to have, the potentiometer is called ITS, and that stands for inductive throttle sensor. Like on a precedent, yours is M-Core, motor controller output regulator. They basically do the same job, they just do it a little bit different, and they're completely shaped different. They don't even look the same, just a different way of doing things. So once you get used to that, it'll be similar, but you're going to have to get used to a couple of the main differences. Jeffrey says, David Tony gave away 4 12, did not want to put 3 12s in a 36. Out of any of my golf cart customers, Jeff. I don't understand, Jeff. Try that again. David Tony gave away 4 12i. I did not give away 4 12. I did not want to put 3 12s in a 36. Not for any of my golf cart. Yeah, I would not do 3 12s in a 36-volt car for any customer, because they're not going to be happy with you in about 2 years, even if they make it that long. So I would never do that. Number 10, this is our last scheduled question, and then we'll get on to some other things. This is from Leon. I have 2 batteries that froze this winter. Do I need to change all 6 or just the 2 that froze? Okay, what was it, Leon? Well, did they freeze and crack and acid leak out? I mean, what level of freezing are we talking about here? And how old is your battery pack may come into play. How old are all the batteries? Because if you've got 2 leaky ones and this was a brand new pack, you might be able to get away with just replacing those 2. But if your pack is already 4 years old and you had 2 of them that froze and they're leaking, then it might be time just to replace the whole pack if you don't want any trouble down the road. So it would just depend on how old your whole pack is. Candor, what's going on? Candor, good afternoon. Off topic, but has anyone put a 2000 plus Club Car DS front seat back cushion on an older Club Car DS without changing struts and roof? If somebody, I have not, but I know what you're talking about because it's different. You know, the 2000 plus is a little bit different design in the back seat, where you lean back, where your back hits on the seat. It's a little bit different. Jeffrey said I used 312s. That's what I told. Okay. Dale B. Club Car DS solenoid clicking. Cart won't move. Dale B. Club Car DS solenoid clicking. Cart won't move. What is this, a controller car, Dale B, or resistor car? Because what year are we talking about? And is it controller or resistor? Check Facebook. Oh, yeah, we're good there. I'm getting my screens messed up. Reggie Black. What's going on, Reggie? We giving a hat away, Reggie. I don't know if you knew that or not, but you showed up on a good day. Is there a name for a system that only uses a throttle sensor and motor controller with an AC motor? There's no toe switch or solenoid between the key switch, batteries, or motor controller. Is there a name for a system that only use a throttle sensor and motor controller with an AC motor? Well, an AC system is definitely going to be different because the controller actually switches things to AC to go to an AC motor. The batteries are still DC. It's just a little bit different. So yeah, there are going to be some subtle differences in that. And it's very possible that they only use a throttle sensor and motor controller. It's very possible. That may be the way AC systems are. They all may be that way. By the way, Alltrex now has an AC system. I hadn't seen anybody that has one. I've seen some video and stuff, but you know, for all this time, only Navitas had an AC system. Well, now Alltrex, you know, has stepped up their game and has an AC system. So Dale, let me back up here, see what you said. Where does it go? DS solenoid clicking, car won't move. It's a controller car, just replace controller. Has M core and forward and reverse. Is this a 48 volt car, Dale? I have not ordered one of those yet, Jeffrey, but I probably will. This is a 48 volt car. Okay, is it a series wound or shunt wound? Does it have a run toe switch or not? And what year? It's a series. Okay. So it does not have a run tow switch. All right, so it's not an IQ system. So this is a series cart, and you have the reversing contactors on there, like the ones where you changed it from a mechanical lever to push button forward and reverse. Is that what you meant by M-core and a F and R contactor? Okay, cool. I understand now what you got. You have a series cart with forward and reverse contactors converted to push button forward and reverse rather than mechanical switching forward and reverse. All right, and you said that Club Car DS solenoid clicking, but car will not move. The main solenoid is clicking, so your third solenoid is clicking. Well, this is what I would do, just to make sure. On a series cart, that main solenoid, not your forward and reverse solenoids, that main solenoid, if it's clicking and the car's not moving, on a series wound cart, you can jump those two big posts. You can even do it with a screwdriver. You can jump the two posts and see if the car moves. And if it does, you got to replace the solenoid. That'd be the thing that I did first. You can put a jumper across it, mount a cable across the two big posts on that main solenoid. Okay, Joe Williams on Facebook. I have a 2002 36-volt EasyGo that does 15 or 16. Is this normal speed? I would say that's normal. 12. I usually say most golf carts are set 12 to 14 miles an hour. So you sound like you're right in the ballpark of normal, as far as when it was brought to the factory. Joe, is your cart an EasyGo PDS cart? Do you know? Well, on a 2002, where's your forward and reverse switch located, Joe? Is it on the dash beside the key? Is your forward and reverse switch on the dash beside the key, Joe? Okay, so it is a PDS. Well, what you can do to that one, you can take the cover off, if it's on the dash, that's right. You can take the cover off your controller and you can replace your personality plug and put with the red wire one. Oh, you think you already, oh, okay, no way, that's Larry. Yeah, you can get the speed plug. It's called a personality plug. It's the one with the red wire. It's got two red wires on it. That's the fastest one. So if you're doing 12 to 14, then you can speed it up on a 2002 all the way up to 19 just with the addition of that plug. You can go to Golf Cart Garage and buy one if you don't already have it in there. John, let's see. Modalist. A friend of mine has a 2014 EasyGo TXT 48. Cart will start surging after a little driving. He has new batteries, less than a year old. I checked them with a voltmeter. All of them were 13 plus. One was just over 12. Okay, wait a minute. Checked them for specific gravity tester. All of them tested good except for the one with the lower voltage. Is the battery the problem? I would say yes. It very well could be. That could be causing the surge. Very well could be. A golf cart has to have all batteries working correctly before it's going to run correctly. So John, that could very well be it. Do I leave the cables in place? You can do it either way, Dale. You can just add a cable. You could take a short battery cable and just mount it to the two posts. Leave the other cables in place, yes, because all you're doing is you're bypassing that connection right there to see if the cart will run, to see if it's your solenoid. Now I understand the solenoid was clicking, but that doesn't 100% of the time mean that the solenoid's good just because it's clicking. But what you're doing just by connecting those two big posts together is what you're doing. and you're bypassing the solenoid. You're taking that out of the equation. Jeffrey, do you remember what episode it was we got talking about the I guess you meant to say Chinese cart, what number or name? I don't know. I don't remember that. Hello from Peoria, Arizona, Ron Bush. Hello, Ron. You showed up on a good day. We're giving a hat away, and you just got entered in the contest. We're going to have to probably shut off. You're probably the last entrance because we are through with the regular scheduled questions. So, Ron, you are probably the last person. Joe Williams, you are entered. Okay, let me make sure that we did that. Did we do the last question? I think we did. Yeah, that was from Leon. Do I change all 6 from the freeze? Yeah. All right, we did that. All right, let me run these social media links. Besides Facebook and YouTube, you can follow us on these other platforms. I'm running those links now. Also, we're going to give away a hat here in a few minutes. But if you would like to go to Golf Cart Garage and use a coupon, where's my coupon? Here's the new coupon code. Go to golfcartgarage.com. You can get 5% off any parts you order if you use the coupon code TIM21, TIM21. This code expires on June 21st, 2024. So take advantage of that. Also, right now, I gave y'all a heads up last episode on our really good deal. We're having a promotion now going on right now, and it is a really good deal. You can go to golfcartgarage.com. It is on the website now, so it wasn't last week. That's why I gave you a heads up on it. So you can go there and check that out, and if you're in the market for some tires and wheels, and it'll give you the breakdown of all the discounts that you can get. So go check out our really good deal at golfcartgarage.com. If you need to contact us for any information, you can. If you would like to give us a suggestion or anything like that. And by the way, the winner of the hat contest has been announced. I'll get to that in a second. Winner of the swag giveaway. Here is the email address, support@golfcartgarage.com. There's the phone number. If you have anything you'd like to tell us, if you would like to give us an accolade for something that we're doing right, please let us know. We have an inter-office email. We have an instant messaging system between myself and everyone that works at Golf Cart Garage, so everybody sees it. Anytime we get a good review, anytime we get a bad review, we post it and we show and we try to improve, or we just, revel in our accomplishments, sometimes. So everybody will see it if you give us an accolade. Some type of positive accolade would be nice. Okay, we did that. We are about to give away a hat. Just to give you a reminder, here is the Golf Cart Garage hats. We give one away occasionally, and we're about to give one away today. Right now. Let me see where the person is at. Hope everybody's still with us that joined in the beginning. Let me go back to the beginning and see. Oh yeah. Looks like we have another hat going out to Indiana. So who could it be? Winner of the swag giveaway contest today, or the swag giveaway today, is Mike Irwin. Mike Irwin on YouTube. Mike Irwin on YouTube. So congratulations, Mike Irwin. Mike Irwin is a regular. I do like it when a regular person that comes in quite often wins, but it doesn't matter. It's completely random drawing. Mike, if you're there, Big Mike, Indiana Bruce, congratulations, Mike. Mike Irwin, if you're there, my executive producer is just about to post my email address. And if you will, send me an email with your contact number, and I will call you in a little bit. Or when we get off the air, you know, sometime, or whenever you'd like for me to. And I'll call you and ask you some top secret security questions. You know that, I asked a top secret security question last time, on the last winter, and I know they're not very difficult, but he didn't know one of them. The person didn't know one of my top secret security questions, so that was kind of interesting. But it did go to the right person, so. I'm not going to tell you what the question was, what the top secret security question was. Some of you that have won a hat may remember. Tim, are you ready to get the $800 battery I emailed? I don't know, D-Max. I think I might be. Because I haven't found anything any cheaper, and that's not a bad idea. Not at all. Gene, do you remember what the top secret security question was? Don't say the question. Just tell me yes or no if you remember. Don't post the question. Joe Foster, Mike Irwin, thank you so much. I'm driving down the road right now, and I'm going to pull over. There's a golf course coming up, and I'm going to pull over right there now. Okay, Mike, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you heard that that you're the winner. Sir Walter, D-Max got he hooked us up with some info, and he's running an experiment on a certain type of lithium that he has in a completely stock golf cart, and the whole setup was about $800. So we're waiting on like a little bit of a little longer term feedback, because he just did this not too long ago. But so far, it's working out really good for him. Now, it's not something that we sell at Golf Cart Garage, but it's something that we got our eye on. I can promise you that. We got our eye on it, because if it works out good, we might start selling it. Less than $200 each for lithium in my, it will be going in this weekend. All right, cool. It's not like it's lifted. Okay, it's a lifted car. What amp hour pack did you put in it, D-Max, since it's lifted? I don't remember. You probably told me that already, but I don't remember the amp hour. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was David that didn't know the answer to the security question. David Tony on Facebook. He said that, hey Tim, am I too late? Yeah, we already gave it away, George. We already picked a winner. He says he remembers now, and he'll never forget it now. He'll never forget the security question now. Yep. So you got a 60 amp hour pack on a lifted car. Okay, well, I'm definitely anxious to see long-term results on that, or not necessarily real long, just even short term, because that's going to be small. It's a small pack. All right. Let me put my Mike Irwin. Do you know my email address, or do I need to type it in? It's 00timfreeman@gmail.com. That's my email address, and then I'll give you a call here in a little bit, as soon as we go off the air. All right. That's going to be it for today. Yeah, that's what he got, Sir Walter. Lie time. That's what D-Max got. He's got it installed. I thought somebody was going to post it, but if you need me to post it, Mike, I will. There you go. Easy Mike to you. What's going on? Big Mike. Oh yeah, I forgot. Big Mike did what is called on his Yamaha. He did what is called spun a hub. Yeah, you know, it's really more common in E-Z-GO TXTs and lifted E-Z-GO TXTs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to run to see you next week. Good, Jeffrey. Yep. See you next week, man. Big Mike TXT. Yeah, it's more common in TXTs. He spun a hub on his. Oh, yours is a TXT. Oh, okay. I thought it was a Yamaha. I couldn't remember. Yeah, so yeah, that's definitely more common in a TXT than other brands. But he broke a hub, and his car was making all kinds of racket. And he sent me a video, and sure enough, the castle nut's spinning. You know, so he definitely spun a hub. I don't know why I thought you had a Yamaha, Big Mike. I have a lot of things to keep up with. Going to be on next week. Jeffrey, yeah, we're going to be here next Tuesday, Jeff. Yep. But anyway, I'm glad you got it figured out, Mike. It's not that big a deal, but you got to watch those tall tire issues. Anytime you put taller tires, I've always said that you're putting more of a strain on. I mainly talk about how you're putting more of a strain on electrical components when you go with taller tires. That's why I don't like to get taller than 22. But a lot of times you can get away with it, you know, if you're just going to be riding around your neighborhood on relatively flat ground and asphalt like he does, like Mike does, like Big Mike does. But apparently, his tall tires got him and caused him to spin that hub. I'll tell you what you can do, Mike. I'll tell you what I have found. Let me ask you this, Big Mike. How are your brakes on your car? Do your brakes work good or are they kind of weak because of the tall tire issue? How are your brakes feeling? Long lost. If you're going through the expense of replacing lead acid, go to lithium ion batteries. They are a huge benefit. Yep, that's true. We talk about that all the time, long lost. Later, Jeffrey. Ordered my Eco battery last Wednesday and got it yesterday morning. Super excited about getting it installed. Cool, John. Yep, that is cool. The reason I was asking that, Big Mike, they work pretty good. Okay, your stock brake. If they weren't working good and you wanted to upgrade your brake system, the OSCO brake system, the mechanical disc brake system, actually has its own hub. It's what I have on the race car. It's a completely different hub, which is a little bit stronger than the stock E-Z-GO hub. So you get better brakes, plus you got a better hub. So you're less likely to strip out the hub, is what I'm saying. It's made out of billet, some kind of, I don't even know what it's made out of, but it's pretty strong. It's in my race car and it'll handle the spin out and lots of power. And I've never popped one. I have popped, regular E-Z-GO hubs. But if you ever decide, if that turns into an issue for you, then remind me about it, and I'll remind you about the OSCO, the mechanical disc brake setup that comes with its own hub. Okay, Kevin's listening over there. Thanks for doing this, love. All right, David, Tony, not a problem. My brakes are weak. Kevin says his brakes are weak. Has 23s on 14, 6-inch lift on TXT PDS. You might ought to think about that. Yeah, keep that in mind. You'll see what I'm talking about. You get better brakes and you get a stronger hub. It's a win-win. In fact, I've just now remembered. I don't only have them on the race car. I've got them on the lifted TXT over there too. That's got the mechanical disc in the rear set up. Not because I was spinning hubs, but because my brakes were weak. Yeah, I forgot. I've got two sets on both of my TXTs. Mike Herman. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. And I'll send that email here shortly as soon as I get done with what I'm doing out on the road. Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, Mike, congratulations, man. I'll get in touch with you here shortly. Okay, I ordered the ones from, I've heard the cheapo ones are terrible. I'll look into those. Yes, Big Mike, correct. I don't want to badmouth anything on the air here, but contact me through Facebook and I'll give you some more details on that. Do-rags to the GCG headgear. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I guess to find strong brakes. I can hit them hard and chirp the tires. Cheap ones from Amazon. Well, I think you should be able to lock your tires up. That's what I just did. That's what I did. Describe good brakes, if you can lock them up. And a lot of times on lifted TXTs, it's almost impossible to lock them up on the OEM brakes. So that's why I was asking you, are you having any problems with your brakes? If you're not, then see if this hub thing turns out to be an issue for you. You know, if it turns out to be a reoccurring issue. If not, just, you know, don't worry about it. But if it happens again, you're going to have to change your setup, is what I'm saying. Five up. What, did I miss something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you talking about Mike Irwin? Okay, yeah, I got him. Be careful locking tires flat spot. Yep, that's true. All right, guys. I am going to get out of here for this time, for this episode. We are right on time. Just remember about our promotion that we have going on, the Wheelie Good Deal. Go to golfcartgarage.com and check that out. If you're in the market for any kind of a wheel and tire combination, we got some good deals going on that right now. You might want to check that out. And I will see everybody. Congratulations again to Mike Irwin. I'm going to call him here in a minute. I will see everybody next week, next Tuesday. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for joining us here. We come here every Tuesday. Congrats on 200. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Big Mike. This was episode 200. The garage is now closed.